What up? A few people hit me up yesterday, the day before. They asked me why I didn't post on Tuesday. And I had a video that I did over the weekend, but it really wasn't up to par. So I decided not to. And I had some personal projects on the side that I was working on. It didn't really yield the desired result. I didn't fail, but I didn't like the result, and so I was kind of down about it. I just have to wait. I had to be patient. And it reminded me of the journey that I'm on, track and field. So I thought I'd make a video about failure, the power of failure, and disappointment, but mainly failure. I always knew I wanted to be a professional athlete. That was never a question. I always knew that's what I wanted to do. While I had other skills and talents, they didn't bring me the kind of joy, and I didn't have that passion for them like I had with track and field and sports. I came back home from college and I started training. It was alright, but I know I could be better. I was always raw though. I never really had like formal training. I was never on a scholarship for trackers. I was always trying to play ball. Being the raw athlete that I was always just a step behind, like always a step behind. And it used to bother me because I was like, I know I could be better than this, I just don't know how. And you gotta be really mature about it, because if you try to get it all at one time, you're gonna be frustrated. So you have to really take things one day at a time, and that's how track is. It's an everyday grind. Even when you're not on the track, you're doing something track related. It could be the gym, it could be stretching, it could be doing work at your physio, core work, anything. But it's an everyday struggle. I chose a coach who really got a good pedigree in training athletes and maximizing their potential. Track is hard though, particularly the sprints, 100 meters. That's a difficult event because it's not like you could just get down the blocks and then when the gun goes off, you just break off running. No, it's all a process. And it's the same thing with life. It's a process. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. It takes a team around you. It's a lot of factors that go into running fast. But track and life mirror each other like you wouldn't even think. The big dance is always the major events, the major track meets, like the Olympics, the World Games, CAC, all those big time competitions where you win medals and you earn your notoriety basically. It's not easy getting there. The first test is your national trials. Every June, we hold the national trials, and I tell you, every year someone gets their feelings hurt, including me. Every year from 2009, there's always something that got in the way. It could be injury, it could be time, it could be finances, it could be sleep. There's always something that got in my way. And the better you are at mitigating the variables in your training regimen and in your life, the better you'll do in track and field. And that's been proven. So this is a quick timeline from the time I started running again. Seriously, 2009. It was more like a reacclimation year. I didn't really expect too much. It was just to see how I would perform under that kind of pressure again. 2010. A knee injury kept me out, so I was watching from the stands. 2011. I just didn't have the right base under me. I was just doing things on my own and it just didn't compute. And I came 8th in the B final. So I kind of sucked because I thought I'd do better than that. 2012, I got hit with a serious stomach bug and I was late, so I wouldn't have made that race anyway. But yeah. 2013, my best year ever, where I set a personal record. It was actually a year where I thought, me and my teammates thought we weren't going to do well because the track was closed early in the season. They were getting ready for World Relays the next year, so we were really like, boy, if we do well, we do well. If not, well, we know why. We blitzed the first competition of the year. My first race, It was a preliminary race. I ran 10.64 seconds. The first time I've ever run 10.6 in my life. 12 o'clock that night, I ran 10.51, so I thought I was on a good course to go 10.3, 10.2 by the end of the year. But hamstring tightness, lower disc constriction, all kind of things were happening in the meantime where I was like up and down, up and down. I found my rhythm in time for the 2013 Chris Brown International, the first one. I did very well, but again, I didn't do well enough. I missed qualifying for the Penn Relays team by 0.02. My two teammates in the race beat me. Shane ran 10.42, and Tilio ran 10.49, and I ran 10.51. So it wasn't fair. They could have taken the whole quartet, but I guess they figured let's spread it around. So they took two athletes who were training abroad, and the two athletes who finished first and second locally in the race. And they went on. I had to sit down and watch that race at work on a Saturday on the TV. So I kind of stung, but it was more motivation for me. I'll never forget it. February 28, 2014. Got some block starts. We were racing that night. We were supposed to be doing an exercise. Ended up pulling my hamstring, and I was like, wow. So that's the first time I actually pulled the hamstring. I always had hamstring tightness, but I never pulled the hamstring before. And then when that happened, it was like, man, I thought I could go back at it because I didn't think it was that bad. And I tried to run on it 2 or 3 weeks later, pulled it again. I was like, I just can't catch a break. And this was the year that World Relays, it was the inaugural running of the World Relays in the Bahamas, where I would have a chance to run in front of my country. And I'm like, man, I don't even get a chance to run in front of my family and my friends. Because last year I did it at Chris Brown, like that was pretty exhilarating. I can't even lie. So I wasn't even able to run. I wasn't even available to be picked. So they fielded a team, and I wasn't on it. But the hurtful part was that I would be at World Relays anyway as a cameraman, and that really sucked. Because even though I was close to the action, I wasn't in the action. I wasn't the action or a part of the action. And I had to sit there and record it and listen to some foreign director tell me what to do, and this is how it's done. And I'm like, bro, I just really want to be on the track right now. So I don't really care what you're saying. I had a really bad attitude about it. As a matter of fact, there I am. That little green dot right there, that's me behind that camera. Feeling really, really, really bad. And this is my angle. Hey, at least I do good camera work. And when they dropped that baton, I was kind of happy because the competitor in me was like, you should have put me on the team. But then I realized, you know what, these guys, they don't even know me. It didn't have anything to do with me. And the human side of me was like, you know what, I feel so bad for them because when I was in 10th grade, I dropped the baton. And before I even got back to school from the competition, everyone knew about it. The very next day, though, I took a look at my accreditation pass and I saw that I could go over to the warm-up track and see the action over there. So I did, and I saw this guy, I heard him. It sounded a lot like my childhood idol. And so when he went to the bathroom, I took the opportunity to, it seemed kind of creepy now that I think about it. But I followed him in that direction, and when he came back out, I was like, Mo Green? And he's like, yeah, man. So I shook his hand. I told him I was his biggest fan. And we got to talking. I just picked his brain. And he told me, to keep my head up. They gave me a lot of reinforcement to keep on going. So I really appreciated that. So you see, it's always up and down, up and down. Every time you think you want to quit, there's something that brings you back to track and field. And I guess that's just how you got to treat life. It's like you got to look for the small victories and keep on going. Because it's not always going to be a good day, but you got to look for the good things in life to keep you motivated so you don't quit. 2015, another injury. But this time, I took the lesson from the 2014 injury, and I said to myself, I'm going to be more mature about it. I'm going to go through the due process and make sure I'm healthy because I took time off from work, believe it or not. That's how much I believe in myself. I learned my lesson, and it really helped me to persevere. 2016, my son was born. 2017, my second son was born. So I was always tired or I couldn't recover, but I was doing well in the meantime here and there. 2017, I actually made my first national team. I was so happy, but I was just an alternate, so I didn't run. But at least it wasn't like 2014 when I was there as a cameraman and I just was like pulling my hair out because I'm like, I want to be here in the action, and I can't participate because I'm injured. 2017 World Championships were in England, London, England, and I was like, I was really counting on making this team because I wanted to go across there and spend some time with my family, my cousin who I haven't seen, my first cousin who I haven't seen in years. And he has a daughter, and I never met her, and I just really wanted to go to England. And so I needed to go on this world team because that's the only way I would get to England, basically for free. My employer wanted to send us to cover the World Championships for the Bahamas. So here's where my passion, my two loves, my passion for video, my passion for track, came together to pull through for me in the clutch. And it was a beautiful experience. It was almost like I was on the team, but I didn't feel that pressure of having to perform. I was there, and it didn't matter that I wasn't performing because it was like, guess what? I would have never experienced the media side and the athletic side had I been just an athlete. So I got to see both sides of it, the TV side, how they do it, and I got to see how the athletes get down, you know, the travel and the rigors of training on the road and all that. So it was a pretty good experience. 2018, I decided to go in a new direction with the training and my coach, and we're doing some activities and I rolled my ankle. What do you know? I never have that kind of injury. So, you know, I had to deal with it again. But this time I was like, you know, I got 2 children, a wife, I got a job. Let me be grateful for what I have. And I could see the maturity coming out of me. And I didn't feel like time was running up on me and running away from me. The things just didn't work out. I was not recovering well. I was tired. So I said to myself, you know, I'm going to wrap it up and just start training for the 2019 season. And so now in 2019, starting to train, and one of my vehicles go down. So I only have one vehicle, so it's hard as hell for me to get up in the morning and do all the things I used to do, my morning routine. Like I said, ups and downs, highs and lows, peaks and valleys. If you could get over failure and try again, then you've won. If you sit down and pout and make excuses, then you lose. And that's the long and short of it.